All right, Tyler Perry fans, once again, we have more news about what's to come on BET. Tyler Perry's The Oval. I'm not really going to get too much into detail with that show. I've already done a video about The Oval itself, talking about the basic synopsis of it. Basically, as you can see in the photo, interracial couple in the White House, of course, raising their son and daughter as well, dealing with political powers that put them in their position to begin with. And the other show called Tyler Perry Sistas, which was announced yesterday during the BET Awards. And if you go to my video talking about BET Plus, I gave shout outs to everyone who had sent me the content. So thank you once again to everyone who sent me the videos and the photos. And yeah, there are just a lot of people that send me that stuff. So if I don't give you a shout out specifically, don't take it personal, because you have to think that there were like 20 other people who sent me the same thing. And generally I give shout outs to like the first people who send me the message, like the first ones I see in my inbox, usually the ones like, yo, let me give you a shout out. So once again, it's nothing personal. If you don't hear your name shouted out, or even when I reposted on Instagram, like I did see some people when I posted the content last night, like early this morning, I think like at 3 or 4 a.m., like, hey, here's this new content from Tyler Perry. Some people will go in the comment section saying you're welcome. Okay, well, just understand, like, you may have sent me the clip in the photos, but you might not have been the first one. So that's just a little disclaimer for anyone who might feel salty if they don't get shout outs. But I don't know about Sistas. It reminds me, I can't tell if it's one of those drama series or comedies, because remember, Tyler Perry's supposed to have 2 dramas and 2 comedies coming to BET. And then he also mentioned in the commercial for BET Plus, Ruthless. I don't know where that came. Ruthless. I would say that that's possibly a BET Plus exclusive. So I'm going to not count that in the comedies and dramas. Like, Sisters definitely seems like a girlfriend's series, obviously female focused. And The Oval, like I said, that's going to be more politic games and whatnot. Now, I was saying this in a BET Plus video, and I'm like, wow, I have no idea what I'm going to do, like, literally. And that's a good thing. It's better to have way too much content that I have to choose to review versus, man, the haves and the have-nots isn't on all year. Like, how am I going to squeeze out videos in between seasons? But then I started doing If Loving You Is Wrong, and Lord knows when that show's coming back. I honestly don't know. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to start doing Greenleaf when that comes back in the fall, because people have been demanding it. And a couple weeks ago, when my YouTube channel and myself had an article in a newspaper here in Lynchburg, when that was posted to the News in Advance's Facebook page, a couple people were like, oh man, the haves and have-nots is great, but I hope he starts reviewing Greenleaf. And once again, just getting props from random readers of the article, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I know people want me to do Queen Sugar, but that show just isn't for me. Like, I did watch a couple episodes. It just isn't my cup of tea. That's all. And Ambitions, I just randomly jumped on it. Like I said, as long as my videos don't get shot down for copyright strikes, and I'm more than willing to talk about the different shows. But the thing is, we have The Oval, Sisters, Greenleaf, okay, in terms of new shows on my channel that I'll review, I feel like I have to do Greenleaf because I've been asked so many times to do it, and then I already said multiple times that I will be doing it. I don't feel like I can back down from that, so I definitely will be doing that. The thing is, though, I don't know if and remember, I'm just one guy here. I'm one guy watching the shows, taking notes, getting the screenshots, coming up with theories. Not all of them are mine. Like, I'll give shout outs to people who give me theory ideas and whatnot. But, I'm a one-man business, if you will, when it comes to getting this stuff done and sharing it on social media. So, yeah, this is what I do full time. And it's funny, like a couple weeks ago, I'm like, damn, I got a lot of free time on my hands. But, I'm usually thinking about what I'm going to do next on the channel or what I'm going to list on eBay next, that kind of thing. But now this fall, it's June is about to close out. So thinking about, like, let's say, where will I be October, November? I'm probably going to be swamped, because the way I might do it is I might have to start doing it where I'm just talking about one show per day, or at least Monday through Friday, so to speak. Weekends is pretty much freelance. Like, I'll just throw up anything, like, oh, if I got some leftover have not things I didn't talk about or anything like that, I might throw it on the channel. But I think that might be the best way to structure how I do things, because depending on some of these shows, they might not be in depth like the haves and the have nots. Some of these shows just might be, well, good shows. They don't require, full blown theory videos. At best, I might just do reviews. Like Ambitions, I don't at the moment. I mean, I can't. It's hard to judge because it's only been one episode. The only theory video I thought about doing post episode 1 was who's who's in the restaurant with Rondell at the end of episode 1. She's getting back from the gala, somebody's knocking at the door, she says the place is closed, but the guy just comes in anyway. She's backing up saying, "Who are you?" And we hear some glass fall over, and then the screen goes to black. But then in the preview for the next episode, we see that she's clearly alive and well. Well, not the preview for next week, but this season on Ambition, she's clearly in the trailer, alive and well. And we do know that earlier in the episode, Greg Peters was like, Atlanta can be dangerous at night. So that pretty much lets you know that he most likely had something to do with this, possibly. So that might be a theory video I do. It might not be. I don't know. So some of these shows, I feel like, I hope that they will be good shows for me just watch, because believe it or not, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful, like the haves and the have nots is excellent, not perfect, but very good. I love watching it, but I like to, sometimes I just want to watch something just to watch it. And then when I do a video about it, I just want to have fun. I don't want to just go. I mean, it is fun to go in depth and all, but sometimes it's best not to overthink things. And I know that's something that is hard for me to put into practice. But I know with the Oval, I can definitely tell it's going to be a story-driven drama. Sistas, I obviously women focused, but I don't know if I'm going to watch every episode. Like I said, I don't mean to say that prematurely, but with Girlfriends, for example, I loved William because he was a sarcastic, he was like the only male in terms of the main cast. And I just love that guy. Just like, as a kid watching Kim Possible on Disney, I love Rufus and Ron Stoppable, but every character in that show was amazing from the dialogue. I mean, it's 2019, but if I went back and looked at that animated series from the early 2000s, I think it still holds up because the writing was great. Sure, Kim Possible obviously had the vibes of a female show for girls, but everybody could enjoy it. But when it comes to live action like Sisters, I'm definitely getting like obviously a female audience vibe. So I imagine there being some female YouTubers. Like I know Ashley Miller, I feel like she will be a boss when it comes to getting these shows down pat, like doing reviews on each episode, because I was watching her review of the BET Awards last night, and I knew I was in for a good time watching her review on that, because I remember watching her 2018 BET Award review, and I was laughing so hard because I didn't watch the award show live. I was doing other things, but at the same time, I just knew there Ashley Miller and a couple other YouTubers who I just love watching their reviews. They did the BET Awards, overview, and I enjoyed watching that. And plus, we live in a day and age of social media, so they post videos of everything. Like the BET YouTube channel had clips of pretty much everything from the awards to the acts. So yeah, it was actually pretty good. Let's see here. I'm just mind blown, to be honest. Like July is going to be next week. This time next Monday is July 1st, and I feel like the first half of 2019 coming to a close. It's crazy to think that the first 6 months of the year is gone, and there's only 6 more months in 2019, and then we're closing out a decade. 2020 is around the corner. And I might actually start recording videos for my other channel, Jeremy Carden, where I just talk, just about life and stuff, because I've just been thinking about a lot of stuff recently. And I know this video is kind of going all over the place, and I know most people just talk about how I'm long-winded and whatnot, but sometimes my mind just goes, So I feel like with the Oval and Sisters, Oval is somewhat getting backlash already from, and when I'm saying backlash, I'm specifically talking about the fan base I have in regards to my social media and the haves and have not channel. I don't think that we should be harsh on the show, because I know a lot of people don't want any kind of White House series unless it's pertaining to Charles and Candace. And I can understand that, because remember, I was a person who was strongly against Candace being first lady because it came completely out of nowhere. But then they finally got into the story that, like, they dropped the whole pimp Candace thing and they gave Charles more character. And now we're really seeing the consequences of Charles dealing with somebody with such a jaded past that is causing a rift between the two. And now the story between them are finally getting interesting, even though they're about to split up. And now the question is, will they get back together at some point? But the thing about it is, I don't think their story is ready for a full blown series. I would remember when season 7 was rumored or hinted to be the final season before they announced season 9. What was it, like May 23rd? Yeah, it's been over a month since that article with Gavin Houston, aka Jeffrey, came out. Yet I don't think we've seen anybody online in Tyler Perry Studios filming for the season. Like, I know a few of the stars are off doing other projects right now, but I have no doubt that it's going to be filming soon. I'm in no rush. It'll happen when it happens. I mean, once again, we've gotten so much news about what Tyler Perry has coming that I don't know what to do. I will figure it out. I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants and see what happens. Like, I'm ready for new content to talk about. That way I feel like especially with BET Plus being something that's accessible, all day every day, I don't have to do videos by a certain deadline. Like, of course, when it comes to like Ruthless, I believe it's his BET Plus series. I wonder how the streaming is going to go. They said new content each week, so I imagine we might get 1 or 2 episodes per week per se. Like, for example, the DC Universe streaming service. I remember getting it when it first came out because I wanted to see Young Justice season 3. But then, the pricing was too much. I'm like, well, I mean, it wasn't like super expensive, but there wasn't enough on the streaming service for me to pay per month because I was only doing it for Young Justice. All the other shows and whatnot they had is like, well, I already got these comics physically and I already got the DVD box sets of like all these other shows, so I'm good. I don't need the streaming service. So I just went ahead and canceled it. And with BET Plus, it seems like, aside from the new Will Packer, Tyler Perry content, we're going to get all the old stuff we grew up with. But I want to see what exactly that, and what that includes, because is it going to be like, the TV land of black entertainment, Sanford and Son, Benson, In the Heat of the Night? Well, I mean, yeah, that was a mixed show. We had black and white people in that one. Or is it going to be from my generation, when I was a kid back in the 90s, early 2000s, like Living Single, the Wayans brothers, even going back to the 80s and Living Color? What exactly will be included in the BET Plus that will make me want to watch it? Like, personally, I mentioned this in the BET Plus video. I don't know if they would, but I would love for them to have like old BET programs like 106 in Park. I would love to watch Terrence and Roxy, AJ and Free. I'm mad at myself because in the BET Plus video I forgot AJ. I knew Free, but I couldn't think of AJ, so I got his name right there. I would just love those episodes, like, from like, hey, season 4, like the music I grew up with, because like looking at some of the performances of the BET Awards, while like Cardi B, when I say I'm not a fan, I don't mean that in terms of, oh, I hate Cardi B. I can't really say that because I've never really listened to her music before. I listened to a couple of songs and it just wasn't my cup of tea, but I looked at her and Offset's performance because I know most of their drama from, like listening to The Breakfast Club or, other YouTubers talk about what's going on with her quitting Instagram, then getting it back. I feel like I'm more aware of the drama than their music. And I have to say, while I might not be crazy about the song, I actually enjoyed their performance a lot. So, and then I went back and looked at a couple of her other performances over the past like several months. I'm like, regardless of her, social media persona and how she's portrayed by other people, I mean, how they talk about her, she knows how to give a performance. I will admit that is, yeah, she does have a stage talent there. But I really do hope that we get bang for our buck. Like, what's the pricing going to be? And I really need to talk to my internet provider later this week to see if I need to readjust some things, because I'm actually redoing my budget. I think I mentioned that in the BET Plus video too. I mean, yeah, the BET Plus discussion video as well, because I really need to see, am I putting my money in the right streaming services? Because it's just amazing how we get involved with media nowadays, where it's not exactly, oh, I want to call my Dish Network or DirecTV and renegotiate my package. Now it's like, oh no, what streaming service will I get now? Between Netflix and Hulu, just to name a couple off the top of my head. But I feel amazed that Tyler Perry is doing so much, and I can't wait to start recording my video talking about his BET Award speech, getting the Ultimate Icon Award. So with that being said, you can expect from me a lot of changes on the channel come this fall. I mean, The channel name is going to stay the same. The Haves and the Have-Nots review. That's not changing anytime soon. Remember, the show's going to season. The only reason I would change the channel name, number one, when the channel hits over 100,000 subscribers, leading into number two, if there is a show that I start reviewing where the videos just kick butt, like I'm just gonna spit a name out there for a show. Like I'm gonna say Greenleaf. Okay, I'm gonna say Greenleaf just to say Greenleaf. Like that doesn't mean it will be Greenleaf review or something like that. Or the Oval review, Sistas review. I'm just hypothetically here. If I started reviewing another show and those videos just murdered my have and have not content, like the haves and the have nots were still good, 15,000 plus views, whatever the case may be, then that's good for me. But if I started doing like Greenleaf season 4 and my videos started getting like 30,000 hits, like each video getting 30,000, 20,000 hits, then I would probably change the name. But the thing is, I have a custom URL where it's called the Haves and Have-Nots Review. So even if you typed in the Haves and the Have-Nots and like Greenleaf Review came up, that's my channel. Like it would still pop up regardless. But that would be the only reason I changed it. And I know it's like, well, Jeremy, you're a YouTuber. You don't have to worry about content changing names and all that stuff. Well, I got business cards. So, I technically have like 300 left that I put into my packages whenever I sell something on eBay or whenever I mail prizes off to you all, like DVDs and gift cards and whatnot. So, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just one of those things where, yes, the haves and the have-nots is how I get started. And think about it this way, like Tyler Perry with Medea saying goodbye to Medea, even though Medea was the thing that got him going. People change, their content changed, they move in a new direction. So even though Medea is gone, which she is not gone, come on guys, we saw her in the during BET Plus commercial. I think that's healthy. Like, trust and believe. I plan on keeping the channel, the haves and have-nots review for as long as I can. But there may come a day where a show that I review is going to be even more popular than the haves and the have-nots. For example, just like the Oval or Sistas. Just putting that out there. Considering those shows will be on BET, which way more people have BET than own, I think it is very possible that those videos might easily just get a ton of views compared to the haves and the have-nots. Well, I think that it might be, I don't want to say that, oh yeah, Oval episode 1 review, that video got like 15,000 hits in 3 days. That's, when I first started doing YouTube, my have and have not videos weren't doing that at all. I can't really compare it that way because of the fact that my channel was like only a couple of hundred subscribers when I first got started compared to where we are now with almost 83,000 subscribers. So it's really, yeah, early 2020, this channel might be completely different. And when I say different, I mean better. Like there's going to be probably way more content, and trust it, how much I pump out content now, but I think what I mean is like more of a variety of content. So, and yeah, I know this video was not meant to be this long, but I feel like, getting on a soapbox today in a good way, because I feel like, all this change is definitely what I need, because there's just so many things I've been thinking about doing lately that it is good to have some change in life. So with that being said, yeah, this video was not meant to be even a fraction of what the length is now, but the Oval and Sistas, I don't believe there's any content on Sistas yet in regards to the synopsis of it. All we got was the little teaser. I think KJ Smith is in it. She was in Medea Family Funerals. She was in The Family Business. She is like, she is very friendly. KJ Smith, remember KJ Smith, look her up on Instagram and Twitter. She is a sweetheart. She responds to like pretty much any message, just down to earth. And then, I remember telling her like a couple of months ago during the promotional tour for the Medea Family Funeral, it's like, look, you are like the 2019 Tiffany Haddish, because it seems like anytime I go online and see a commercial, you are there for like a new project you're in. So just congrats to her. And I might actually have to do a brief video on her sometime soon because she's blowing up. So with that being said, if you are new to the channel, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and comment your thoughts on the Oval and Sistas and BET Plus as a whole. Will you be getting it, or are you like me where you want to see the content? You want to see what's going to be coming before you put your money up. And let's be honest here, I'm pretty sure I have to get it for my job, if you will, because I got to review stuff. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.